Guys, the first thing I want to tell you is why I am one of the happiest people on earth. In fact, it was just 3 years ago I was in the happiest place on earth. Does anyone know where that is? Don't say your bathroom. Freaks me out, seriously. Here's a hint. Disney World! That's right, yes! Disney World! You've been there, yeah? So I was there for what? That's something I said? Alright. You gotta go, right? These are calls. Yeah! 1 week in the happiest place on earth with my wife and my 3 little boys, and then the very day we got back, me and my oldest son, my 7-year-old boy, were heading out of town to another awesome what's happening. It's up. Right here?
Like, turn them on!
Turn them on! Turn them on! We're gonna have an argument here by the lights. I'll stand over here in the light. Okay, so the day we got back, no, this thing is. Did you wash your hands? You back? Okay, hands all right. Okay, so the day I got back, me and my 7-year-old son were heading to another awesome happy adventure to Kingston. Obviously, you guys know where Kingston is, right? From Ottawa to Kingston for his very first out-of-town hockey tournaments. Any hockey players here? Yep. No. Okay. Yeah, right on, hockey. Okay, hockey. Father-son adventure. We're driving down the road. It was a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day. We're in a blue minivan. We're like 30 seconds from the arena, heading through the last intersection, and bang! Truck drives right through the red light, going about 80 kilometers per hour. Smashes into my side of the van. Comes right up on top of me and starts pushing us sideways through traffic. All I could do was look back at my little boy, and there was a car headed right at his side of the van. It was the worst moment of my life. Then it happened. Everything stopped. There's broken car pieces everywhere, broken glass, and there's smoke coming from the engine. There's a guy running hysterically around the car. And all I could hear was my little boy. All I could hear him say was, "Daddy, are we going to be late for hockey?" I realized he was all right back there, that I became the happiest man on earth. Okay, inside that smashed up minivan, became the happiest place on earth. Okay, forget about Disneyland. Inside that smashed up car was now the happiest place on earth. It's where we are up here in our heads, guys, not where we are physically. And it was then that I realized, if you have dreams and goals and things that you want to achieve in your life, it's time to start working on those now. There's no guarantee tomorrow. If you have dreams, things you want to achieve, the time is now to start working on it. Raise your hand if you want to achieve something in your life. Yeah, of course, we all do, right? There's lots of great things out there to achieve. I'm thinking about them now. Clean things, people. Clean things you want to achieve in your lives. Looking at you specifically. In the next 45 minutes, well, as I said in the introduction, guys, I've achieved some extraordinary things in my life. But I'm just an ordinary guy, okay? And it's not the person, it's the process. It's how you do it. And I've discovered it's just a few simple little steps that if I do them over and over, then I can achieve anything. Okay, my stories about football, there's going to be some cool football stories, and there's going to be a sad story. Thanks. The football team, he's already crying. But that's okay, because in life sometimes things are sad. Sometimes things are hard, but we don't let those get in our way. And we use those as our motivators, as the reason why we achieve what we want to achieve. And because I'm a football player, okay, I'm going to call this my 3-step game plan for success. Your dreams don't have to be about football. They don't have to be about sports. They can be about anything. Okay, a football player never heads into battle, never heads into a game without a game plan. So that's why we call it a game plan for success, because life is the same way. And the number one thing on that game plan for success is to never give up. Okay? I teach my own kids this every single day, and I still do it every single day. You never give up. You decide when the story is over. Okay? You keep working until you get what what you want. The year was 1985. Okay, none of you guys were born yet. Your parents were probably still cool. I don't know when they crossed that line. But me, in 1985, wait a minute, when I walked in here today, I saw me in 1985. Where am I? There he is, stand up, stand up. This is me in 1985, right there. Right now. That's totally here. There's me on the right. See that? That's me. We both look a lot like Justin Bieber, I know, right? Now we get that all the time. 1985, I was a 15-year-old boy, and that's me. And that's my big brother Bill on the left there with the carnation. Who's your guys' big brother, big sister? Woo! Yes! You love your big brother, big sister, of course. For me, when I was a kid, my big brother Bill was my mentor. Okay, we all know what a mentor is, right? Someone it helps you out along the way. You have questions, they have answers. You can be a parent, teacher, coach. For me, when I was 15, it was my big brother Bill. Okay? On January 22nd of that year, my big brother Bill says, Mark, today we are going to sit on the couch. That sounds pretty good, right? We are going to sit on the couch and watch. What are we going to watch? Football, yes, the Super Bowl. January 22nd, the Super Bowl is on TV. Okay, there we were on my mother's green couch. We were watching the TV back in 1985. The TV was about this big, but it was color, so we were pretty excited. Yeah, color TV, I had color TV, that's awesome. My friend didn't, we did. So there we were, a big bowl of popcorn, we're watching the Super Bowl. And in that game, guys, was Dan Marino, number 13 for the Miami Dolphins. Woo! Yes, that's good. That makes the story so much easier to tell. You know him. Okay, he was a young guy. Okay, he was in his second season in the NFL, and he was making and breaking all kinds of records. Okay, and he'd taken his team to the biggest game on the planet, the Super Bowl. So we're watching, Bill says to me, Mark, you gotta watch Dan Marino. He's a great leader. He's a young guy. Guys in the team would do anything for him. So I was watching the game, and it was awesome. Halfway through the game, he turns to me and goes, Mark, Dan Marino has done so much at such a young, early age that someday, Mark, you could play in the NFL. I was like, what? This kid from Ottawa who's going to make me play in the NFL? All right, yeah. Okay, but you know what? I only played 1 year of organized football up until that point at Gloucester High School in Ottawa. Okay, you guys remember your first day of high school, grade 9? It's horrifying, right? It's the hardest day of your life. You get to the school and it looks like there's adults walking around with books with the really like grade 13 back there, grade 12, that they're students. It was terrifying. And now my brother's telling me that at the end of the day, I'm going to go and try out for the football team. Okay, I haven't done that before either. Okay, I gotta put the pads on. Okay, I had no idea how to put the lights come back on. I find the simplest thing so funny. The lights are on, so exciting! And you're back! Grade 9, I put all the pads on. I go into practice. Remember your very first practice, football practice? Why are you picking on me? Because you sat in the front. So I'm going to practice. Okay? I'm a receiver. Running down the field, very first play, they throw me the ball. And you know when you do something the first time? Yeah, you know. And you do it so well that everybody goes, ooh, that kid's a natural. You know that? Didn't happen. I got smoked so hard in that first play. And I was lying on the back, all dizzy, blurry vision. I look up, dude who hits me walks over to me, big scary guy. He's me a little kid. He's like, you alright, buddy? And look at this guy, and he's got a beard. He's the one guy in high school who already has a beard. Is he here today? Nobody with a beard here? Yeah, okay, if you are, you're freaking me out shaving, alright? Scary dude, man. He had like the bandana on, the big blue earrings. So I run home to my brother and I go, man, maybe this football is just too hard. And I think there's a pirate on the team. Pirates and lights, they can be crazy. He goes, if it was easy, it would not be worth doing. You get back out there. And I did. Okay? I went back to the next day to ready to cop guys for my first season of organized football. We had a perfect season. Yes! And now, 3 months later, my big brother Bill is telling me that someday I'm going to play in the NFL. How are we going to do this, Bill? He goes, okay, you know what, Mark? You go to football practice, you and everybody get better. You play in the games, you and everybody get better. Let's practice when nobody else is. Let's work harder than everyone else. So all off season, my big brother Bill took me out to the local sports field. Hey, we did push-ups, I get stronger, we'd run sprints, we get faster, he'd throw the ball for me, and I get better at that. Hey, we did it all off season, the cold, the rain, the dark, it didn't matter. We just kept going, shots fired. Now I'm going to the bathroom. It's a special day! I don't know what's happening. So we got my back. Okay, where was I? I was working really hard all season. I was working super hard. I get to year number 2. There's a picture of me. Crazy, really bright day apparently. That's me catching a football in the game. It was in the newspaper. Because why? Because I was having a really good season. I was catching the balls in the game, scoring touchdowns, helping my team win games. My brother Bill says to me, he goes, you know what? It's a different kind of season. You're winning games. Your team is going to make it to the playoffs. And the playoffs were a different kind of game. You know, they're a big game. They're a different animal altogether. My very first playoff game, October 30th, 1985, a day I'll never forget. My first big game, my chance to show my big brother that the goal, the dream we had set together, that I could do it. I could help my team win today. And yeah, I think I can make it to the NFL someday. October 30th, 1985, I was down in my stance, I could hear the cheerleaders, I could smell the popcorn, and I was ready for opening kickoff, and I turned to wave to my brother. I was out before the game, he wasn't there at a particular moment, maybe off getting a hot dog and talking to the cheerleaders, I don't know, somewhere. And I had a big game to play. They kicked the ball off, we got it, we marched it down in the first drive, and we scored. It felt so good. We kicked the ball back to them, they marched it down the field, and they scored. It happened like that all game long. We battled hard, we fought tooth and nail, first half, second half. My very first big game, guys, we lost. Thank you. And as a young person, I had no idea how to handle this situation. It was the worst sense of loss I had ever experienced. My head was dizzy, and I walked off the field, and I walked back to the change room, and I sat down in my spot. And then somebody yells, Mark, your Uncle Chuck is in the hallway. You have to go talk to him now. I hadn't seen my Uncle Chuck in like 6 months. And he'd never been to any of my sports stuff, of course, so it's kind of weird. I walk out in the hallway, I'm standing there. He walks over to me, takes me by the arm, and he says, Mark, I'm sorry, but your big brother Bill died today. See, my big brother was born with a hole in his heart. And from when he was really young, the doctors told him that any day could be his last day. And that's how he lived. He lived every day like it would be his last day. He never let that day go away. He charged ahead into the future. Can I say that too? The doctor always told me to ask that. He said he's over his little brother. And on that day, October 30th, 1985, I made a promise. A promise I could never take back. I made a promise to my big brother that the dream, the goal we had set together, I would never stop trying to achieve it until I did it, or until there was nowhere left to keep trying. I could have easily just given up and quit. Everybody would have given me slack and said, no big deal, leave that kid alone. His brother just died, but I didn't. I took something that could have been a roadblock, and I made it my motivator. And I kept working. There was no one there to take me out to that sports field in the dark, the rain, the cold. I took myself out. I just kept going. And every year of high school, I got a little bit better at football. Okay? And by my last season, when guys on the team were getting letters from colleges and universities saying they wanted them to go there and play football, every day I checked my mailbox for one of those letters. Every day there was nothing. But I did not give up, right? Never gave up. Okay? I went back to high school and all my friends had left. I worked with my grades, I got those up, and I worked with my football, and I got better at that. And at the end of that season, I got one letter from the smallest football playing school in Canada. A great school, Bishop's University, but nobody from that school had ever gone on to play in the NFL. I was told it was impossible, it's too small a school, it can't be done. It was my only hope. And I took it, I made a promise. And if I was going to do it at that school, I was going to have to make an impact from the day I got there. I was going to have to impress not only my coaches, but all the coaches in that league, so they would vote me as an all-star. Early and often, if I was going to get any attention to professional football leagues, the NFL and CFL, I was going to have to win all-star awards. So that's what I set out to do. In 3 weeks before my very first training camp at Bishop's University, I was working in a warehouse, trying to raise the money to pay